Casey Gallery. I'm down here at South Sound and we're at a beach called Redondo Beach. If you ever get a chance to come up to the Seattle area, you've got to make a stop around Puget Sound. And you'll see that it has lots and lots of elements that you can use in your paintings. But today I'm here going to do an interview with a YouTuber called Fishing Sage. We're going to find out what the art of fishing is to him. Casey Gallery, come on back. So here we are. We're at the fishing pier down here at Redondo. I'm so glad you could join me today. This is interesting interviews with Casey Gallery. And as you can see, these guys are fishing for perch right now. So it takes a little bit of different rigging for perch. And right now, Mr. Fishing Sage himself is kind of busy. So we're going to be patient for our time for this interesting interview. He's just over there baiting up his son's hut right at the moment. But we're going to watch here for a few minutes all the stuff that's going on. I'm going to switch to the other side. I'm going to try not to make you too sick here. Ah, there goes the birds. It is just such a gorgeous day out here. We have a young lady over here who is absolutely looking for some perch. The salmon runs in right now, so everybody is geared up and ready to go. So here we are. We're down here and we're talking to Mr. Fishing Sage himself. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Alright, hi YouTube. I'm Fishing Sage. I've got a YouTube channel that started in April. All I'm doing is just posting my fishing adventures for everyone to see. I sometimes post how catch and cook videos on how to eat the fish that we actually catch, and a little bit of advice on how to get onto some fish wherever you're fishing. So yeah, that's my fishing channel. Really excited, just sharing my love to the world, because I love to fish. That's about it.
Well, I want to ask you if you wouldn't mind sharing your thoughts on art. How is art involved in fishing?
If you're making your own lures, I guess, you want to make sure that the lure looks pretty. Sometimes we use nail polish in order to make the lures. So I think it takes a certain amount of skill to make those little lures artistically appealing to the fish to eat. Otherwise, it's just the scenery. I mean, nature is art in itself. So whenever we come out here, we look at the scenery, we look at the sunrise, and we look at the sundown, and it's just beautiful out here. So I would say, fishing wise, that's the most beautiful things that you can apply art to. But I think fish themselves, they're quite beautiful. So if you're interested in painting fish, if you're interested in looking at fish, and it doesn't have to be fish, it could be octopus, it could be sea cucumbers. If you're interested in that, anything could really be turned into art. So that's my answer to how can art be applied to fishing.
Would you say that art in not only in fishing and creating your lures, but it really touches your heart when you think about the word art and fishing?
Well, I'm not quite sure how I would really make that touch my heart. I guess what would touch my heart if I catch a big salmon.
There you go.
If my art of moving the lure is really good, and catch a great big salmon, then yeah, that will touch my heart.
It would most
And touch my
people's.
stomach too.
And that's the art in it. I'm always so grateful for what God has provided us here and the creation of His world. And that to me is celebrating His art. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, nature is beautiful, and I believe it's God's creation. Nature is God's creation. Fish is God's creation, and they're beautiful. You are God's creation, and you're beautiful. YouTube, everyone on YouTube as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you want to talk about beauty in everything, I'd say there's beauty in fishing too. And you meet lots of people out here as well. Beautiful people, all different kinds of people, because a lot of people love fishing, and I love that. I love meeting new people, making new friends.
All right, we're gonna let you take a little break, and we're gonna pick it up in a little bit. All right?
Yeah.
So YouTube, hang in there. We're gonna watch Fishing Sage doing his thing over here. It's a long ways out there. I can't show you that because I will blind you with the sun. We're gonna get closer to him so I can ask him a few more questions. Right. Got a dogfish. According to the University of Puget Sound, the spiny dogfish has two prominent dorsal fins, which at the front edge of each dorsal fin is a spine, and its teeth are flat, forming one cutting edge. Could be why they're handling it so careful. It's a normal part of fishing. And he's so cute. You're going back in the drink. Yay! All right, well that was fun. Okay, so he's going to talk to you a bit about what he's watching for when we look at the rods.
Okay, so when you have your line tight onto your weight, if a fish is touching the line, it'll actually move the tip of the rod a little bit. If it's moving really slowly, like back and forth, that usually means that it's a crab. When it twitches really hard, once or twice like that, that usually means it's a fish that's trying to get it. So when it's moving slowly, we don't really care too much about it. It might be waves, it might be a crab. But when the rod tip goes doon 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 like that, then you know it's a fish. So that's basically what we're looking for and waiting for the fish to take it instead of the crabs.
So we're gonna just pan over there, and you'll see Skyler right there. I don't know if we can see the tips of the rods, but I'm gonna try and get a close up so you can kind of help us watch right into the sun, so it is difficult to watch. Oh, you want to cast? He's real good at knowing what's on the end of his line, and that's important. That's art. So we think he's going to go ahead and cast out again, and we're going to watch him. Line sets way out there. So you got to put different bait on for different fish, right?
Yes,
Saying right now you're rigged for
salmon. So I'm
salmon.
using a metal lure to jig it up and down across the water. The salmon will take that much more than a bait like this one here.
I do apologize, we're right at dusk, but this is a really good time to fish. So you can see him waving the rod back and forth. wonderful place to stand and be watching for all these wonderful, you get the sunsets. And do you ever come down here at sunrise?
Yes, at 5:30, at around 5:30 at sunrise. And we sometimes come that early for salmon.
Yeah. How long does salmon season last?
Well, it's about 3 months, but sometimes they stick around all year. So I would say from around April or May all the way through January or February, you can catch salmon here.
Wow. Well, you've had some time to think, so I'm going to ask you the proverbial question, which is,
Okay.
how does art play a part in your everyday life?
Okay, so how does art play a part in my everyday life? Well, I guess I look at art every time I look at YouTube videos, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I guess the movements, the speech, the music, I guess everything is art. Especially for me, a lot of the music videos I make, I use other people's music. So there's artists that make their music and post it online, and they allow us to use it for free. So some days I would just sit down and listen to about 20 to 50 songs, and I'll select the ones that I like and want to use for my videos, and I get around 3 to 4 per day when I do this, because I'm really looking for music that captures the feeling, the action, the potential longing for the fish or whatever is going on. If the music captures that, then that's the one I pick. So I say in everyday life, music is I think the biggest portion of my artistic life, and sometimes I like to draw, I like to paint, but I would say music by far is how art plays a role in my life.
Thank you so much. And what is it that you'd like people to do when they watch your YouTube videos?
Well, for one thing, I want people to be able to feel like as if they're with me, as if they're outside actually fishing, because some people, they're busy with kids, they're busy with work, and they don't really get out much. They want to go fishing, but they can't. Perhaps, they live in somewhere like Montana, and they don't have any access to the ocean, and they just dream about catching salmon. Well, my camera is first-person view, so they can actually get in the seat of a fisherman and actually see what's going on, in the sight of a fisherman. And I think that's one of the things I would like to share with people, to actually be on the pilot seat of a fishing experience. And another thing is, you may have noticed that right now I'm not catching any fish. So it's quite boring sometimes fishing when you don't catch anything, but that moment of catching fish, when you actually see the fish come up out of the water and into your hands, is one of the most exciting feelings you get. And I think sharing that with others, to be able to hear the music, hear the art, at the same time experience that, I guess, the art form of catching fish, I want to share that with the world.
Oh, how perfectly said. So, this is Casey Gallery. I'm Catherine Coggy, and both Fishing Sage and I would like you to like and subscribe. So when you watch this, don't forget to do that, and make sure you watch his, because he posts
Every week.
every week.
Yeah,
So keep your eyes open. You never know what you're gonna see.
catch that dinner.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of our video.